Hello, everyone. Okay, so I do know that literally just
Hey guys.
yesterday I uploaded the. One second. I'm just checking some things. But so I know yesterday was literally the first ever episode, but some new stuff for Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, has came out. So I want to go over it. Now, this video might get taken down as I'm pretty sure companies do not like literally leaked stuff being shown all over the internet, and it is currently. But today, I'm just gonna describe the images. I don't really find any of them being spoilers besides a couple, but I don't really care. I'm gonna look over the images, and since I want this episode to be more fleshed out, I do want to get a whole bunch of episodes out, but I don't want them to all be like mini 10-minute long episodes. I want them to all be fleshed out episodes. So I found some other stuff we could talk about. Today I got my Gamera Heisei collection. That's cool. Also, I found some more photos. I found like two more I have not seen. There's a total of 8 leaked photos. I'm not. If everyone else is gonna end up showing, if I see someone else showing them up, like just blatant out, like showing people them, then I might edit in the images. But so far, I'm probably not. But basically, GXK, the new Godzilla Kong movie, is releasing in March 29th. Now, we know Shimo's in the movie, obviously. I'm going to have to put spoilers at the beginning. It's not really a spoiler. I'm pretty sure she's just known. Literally everyone knows about her. So I'm not counting her as a spoiler anymore. But, I do have to go grab one of my comic books because we know that. Okay, before I continue anymore, there is some possible spoilers in this video. Now, these things have not been shown in the movie yet, so I'm not gonna like officially say that these are all true photos, but I've seen them multiple times. They look real enough. So if you don't want any spoilers in the movie, click off now. So some of the monsters that are going to be appearing in the movie that have not been shown yet, which is I forgot their names. I'm gonna go grab my comic book. If you don't know, I love the MonsterVerse comics. I have I have all the Godzilla ones because I'm a bigger Godzilla fan. But there are some monsters that were confirmed to be in the movie, but we haven't seen them yet. And in this leaked stuff, we can find them. So I think we're going to go from least interesting to most interesting. And I think the least interesting photo is actually, I forgot his name. I think it's going to be in the credits of the Dominion her name. I don't know what gender this monster is. Okay. I'm pretty sure it was Titanus Tiamat, but it isn't shown in this comic. The closest one I could find that's close to it is let's see. Titanus. Here, I'll just search it. What's her name? Oh, wait. No, it is Tiamat. I just found some more that have appeared. Tiamat. Titanus Tiamat. This is one of the images. I don't know if I'm going to show it yet, but it's basically just the monster roaring. You can tell it's Tiamat by like the whiskers, and obviously it's in water. And there seems to be a monster behind it. I just is so far, but it is Tiamat because we have gotten confirmed that Tiamat's going to appear in the movie at some point. Yeah, it looks a lot like him, except this time he's pink. So that's a different change. So on to the next photo. Here, I'm just gonna go backwards. So here's our next one. I don't know if I'm gonna show it, so I'm just gonna keep on like saying hey. So this one is like the most believable, mainly because it shows a lot of stuff that we've already seen in the trailers. So in it, we can see it's basically what I'm guessing is gonna be the final battle, or at least one of the battles. And the reason I'm saying one of the battles is because later in the images, we have some more leaks that hint there being another battle in the Hollow Earth. It basically shows that in the bottom right corner is Scar King's crystal on the end of his whip, and then we see Suko holding Kong's axe. So I'm gonna guess that Kong is gonna give up his axe to Suko, which is pretty cool. Suko looks like he can handle himself, so I'm okay with Suko having the battle axe. Next up, now this one's a little bit hard to see. It's more of like a little cropped one. This one's probably like the most fake. Actually, no, it's probably like the least. It's in the middle. It seems to be Sicula. I have again. She's in the Dominion comics, so I want to pull up her image. Sicula. Scylla. I'm just gonna say Scylla. So it's basically just an image of Scylla, and we've seen her like claws in in one of the shots in the first trailer in the city, and now seems to be. You can't really see much of her. You can basically just see her tendrils out of her mouth and like the beginning of the top of her forehead and some of her claw arms. So next image I want to go over. Now this one is like the most obstructed. It's like the least you could see, and what it is, it's Kong jumping over Godzilla's spines. Now, I would have guessed at first that this is a image from the part where Godzilla and Kong fight that was shown in the second trailer, but I don't think so, because Kong is actually seeming to be jumping over Godzilla, or at least jumping from the side of him. And I think this is after the running scene. Like, you see him running, they jump, and then one of our next images, I think I'll put together the scene, but our next image we're gonna go over is basically this shot takes place right after Shimo comes out of like the lava cave, because you can see her like strapped. She is strapped with some like spine bones strapped to her around her neck that are keeping her contained, and it looks like she's about to fight Kong. So okay, now we're getting into like big spoilers. First up is Mothra. This image just looks a really high quality. It does look kind of fake, but I can believe it. She mainly just looks like Mothra from the King of the Monsters movie, except she has hair on her now. So, but another thing that makes this shot believable is I've seen another leak that I haven't been able to find. It's basically, remember that one shot? The one picture of Godzilla and Kong roaring into the air? It's basically that, but except she's in between them. Now, I don't know if that's a real photo, because it does look photoshopped, as it's the exact same frame. Not a second earlier, not a second off. It's the exact same, so I don't know if that was real, but I can't find it, so I'm not going to show it. Next image is pretty exciting. It's basically that one battle. I'm calling this like the city battle, where Godzilla's like holding off Shimo. Like Shimo's jumping at him, and he's holding her head. This shows Shimo is ginormous. She has to be at least like 600 feet. And she's just ginormous in this shot. One thing I do want to note, Godzilla does look a little bit skinnier in this shot, but I think it's because he's like hunched over. Also, he doesn't have any arm spikes. He doesn't have any elbow spikes that he's had in like the toys and so much other stuff. He doesn't have those, so might be an unfinished shot. I don't know. Now our next and final picture. Now after this one, we're gonna have to stitch together two of our previous photos, and this one basically shows glowing crystals in the middle ground, like in the background, while Kong with his glove is jumping towards Scar King, who seems to have Kong's axe. And I think this is because Scar King stole his axe. Now they're about to fight, and now Godzilla's jumping towards Shimo, and it looks like they're on their all fours. It's a very crazy photo. It does give Avengers Endgame vibes, but again, I love this photo. This makes me hyped for the movie even more. Now, I think that we're gonna like cut to this shot after Kong jumps over Godzilla, which is a photo we've seen earlier. So, this movie looks great. Okay, so that was the leaked photos. That's almost all that I could find. They look really cool. Thoughts on them? It makes me more hyped for the movie. I think the movie's going to be amazing. I'm going to love it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be crazy, wacky, fun, amazing. Every word can describe it. I also like how it shows a lot of Godzilla in these. But I also think this kind of explains why we haven't seen much Godzilla in the trailers. Because I think most of the scenes are going to be like spoilers. Like, if Godzilla's, like, hanging out with Shimo, like, about to fight Shimo, or when he's fighting Shimo, you can't show that because Shimo has not been confirmed. And also, I think this kind of explains why Godzilla isn't fighting Scar King in any of the shots where Scar King's fighting. So, explain some more. Okay, so I found some more photos, and if you guys want to see all the photos for yourselves, just in case I don't post them, if I don't put them in the video, link in the descriptions. So, the first photos we looked at was from James the Dude 99 on Twitter. I got all these from Twitter, by the way. So, but we have some more. Some of these next ones I'm gonna go over, they're a little bit more goofy, and 3 of them are from a shot of Godzilla jumping off a ledge. So if that tells you anything. But these do look like really fantastically made and have a pretty accurate model of what Godzilla has been looking like. So it is really possible that this picture of evolved Godzilla standing on top of a cliff. This next shot is of a side view of him leaping off. I think this is just the funniest one. When the movie comes out on digital, I'm making this my wallpaper. And then we have a wide shot of Godzilla diving. So that's what we got from this one. And then we have this one. This one looks a little bit more Photoshop. Okay, I don't think I described it. This one is basically like Godzilla jumping off the cliff from the city. That's it. I think this is. I have no idea where this scene is literally from. So this next photo that I can't describe. It's basically. I think I described this in the first part of my recording for this episode. That it's Godzilla and Kong roaring into the air with Mothra flying through the middle of them. I think it would make sense that Mothra, since she's like the queen of the monsters, she would bring these two together just to defeat a bigger threat. But it does look extremely photoshopped. So, I don't know. Maybe because it's the exact same frame. So, then we can go to those photos are from HeathGTAMASTER. Our next photos are from Alex. Now, these photos are a little bit more crazier. This first one is a little bit higher quality. It's basically like glowing Godzilla, like he's glowing pink evolved Godzilla. And it's him holding onto the edge of the whip with the crystal on it, where the crystal's going. It looks like he's about to rip it off. And I think this is where Shimo is going to get, like the crystal that controls her is going to, like, stop working because Godzilla's going to rip it off and break it. And, yeah, I think that's how we're going to have that happen. Our next image is another shot of Mothra. Again, this one makes a lot of sense. It's the exact same design. So that's what also makes me, like, thinking this is way more likely. But, like, the layouts is different for them. Like, it seems to have a different font. Like, with the edge saying, like, codes and stuff and length, movie and stuff, all that jazz. Next shot is the exact same leak from the second guy, and just again. And that's yeah. So that was all of them. That was all of them. Yeah. Guys, that was a pretty fun. This is a pretty fun episode. Again, I made it quickly. It is. I think it's gonna be like 10 minutes long. I don't know. Haven't edited it yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show the photos. And if I don't, I'll put a tag in the beginning explaining why, just so you guys at least know why. But now I'm gonna go do some research and find out if this video is gonna get taken down if I show any of the photos. In fact, this video could get taken down for just talking about them. I've seen it before with other channels, and recently, actually I think I'm gonna show them. There's like 7 different videos I've seen so far. Some of them already show the leaks in the thumbnails, so I think I'm gonna show it. But I have seen Toho's really strict with what do you say, with like their character Godzilla, the like games. Kaiju Universe has been taken out. It's like one of the most longest running Godzilla games, and it was taken down. I think, have I gone over this photo? Okay, they've already started taking them down on Twitter. Some of the images that I was going to show that I've talked about but I haven't really shown and now say media not displayed. So I better start copy and paste these photos so I can show them the video. Just looking through the photos that other people used. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this video. So yeah.